To finance projects, firms can raise capital in broadly two forms, debt and equity. In this short video, we will discuss what debt is, which factors drive the cost of debt, and how it can be estimated. Before we discuss how the cost of debt is calculated, it is important to be clear on what debt is. Debt is not restricted only to what gets called debt in the balance sheet. Instead, three criteria should be kept in mind while categorizing something as debt. First, there should be a contractual commitment to make fixed payments. Second, these payments should be tax deductible. And third, if you fail to make these payments, it should be treated as a default, and in some cases, the owner might lose control of the firm to the lender. Thus, debt should include any interest bearing liability, whether they are loans or bonds, whether they are short term or long term. Debt should also include all lease obligations, which are usually off the balance sheet. Lease is an arrangement where a company takes a property on rent instead of buying it. A common example can be found in the airline industry, where companies take the planes on lease rather than taking a loan and buying the plane. Since these are fixed contractual payments, they need to be included as debt. The cost of debt measures the current cost of borrowing for the firm to finance the project. So if you know a company that has taken a loan 3 years back at a particular interest rate, that rate may not be accurate if the company's financial situation has changed in the time period. We are looking to estimate what rate lenders would charge the company if it went out in the market to borrow today. The cost of debt is broadly determined by three factors. First is the current level of interest rates in the market. As market rates increase, it increases the cost of debt for all firms. Market rates are significantly influenced by monetary policy and other regulatory actions of the central bank. Second is the default risk of the company. This variable is the most difficult to estimate for a firm. As the default risk of a firm increases, lenders will charge a higher interest rate. Finally, because these interest payments are tax deductible, what really matters is the after-tax cost of debt, since debt provides tax advantages. Now that we understand the different factors which drive the cost of debt, let us take a quick look at how to estimate it. The easiest situation of course arises when we have a reliable market estimate, which can happen if a firm has issued long-term bonds which are traded in a liquid market. The bond should preferably be straight bonds, which means that they have a stream of interest payments and a principal payment at the end without any special features. In this case, the cost of debt can be assumed to equal the yield to maturity on the bond, which is the annual return expected on a bond if the bond is held until it matures. For a bond trading in a liquid market, the yield to maturity is readily available and can be a reliable estimate. Another option is to try to see if the bonds of the company have been rated by one of the reliable ratings agencies. If yes, then you can use the rating of the bond and a typical default spread which is associated with that rating. Data on default spreads is also readily available in mature markets. If, however, the firm under consideration does not have a trading bond or a credit rating, the problem becomes a bit more difficult. In this case, we have two options. One, if the firm recently took a long-term loan from a bank and you know the interest rate on that loan, you can use that as the cost of debt. Two, you can try to replicate ratings agencies and estimate a synthetic credit rating of your own. This can be done using a variable called the interest coverage ratio of the company. The interest coverage ratio reflects the ability of a company to continue paying interest in the future by comparing interest expenses with earnings before interest and tax. Once you have a synthetic rating, you can use the typical default spread for that rating and estimate the cost of debt. Finally, it is important to remember that the cost of debt has to be estimated in the same currency which was used to estimate the cost of equity and the cash flows.